Hi everyone, welcome to another Shy Guy 02 video. And today I'd like to talk about a topic slash subject that has been bothering me for some time. It is the subject of why do all the critics love Playboi Carti? Now obviously I don't mean all the critics because trust me, not all the critics like him, but I am very surprised at the amount of critics that give this guy and his projects a pass, who give him a check mark, who give him good reviews. I mean, because I expect good reviews to go to something that is to be encouraged, something that is good to begin with. But if you know Playboi Carti, then you should know that his projects, his mixtapes, and his album is not of very good quality. Now, in order to prove my point of all the critics love Playboi Carti, or in this case, most critics love Playboi Carti, we'll look at the reviews that he's been getting. And let's start with his first mixtape, which is of course called Playboi Carti, self-named. And here are the reviews. Metacritic gave him a 69 out of 100. Hip Hop DX gave him a 2.9 out of 5. Pitchfork gave him a 7.3 out of 10. The New York Times was positive, and Pop Matters gave him a 6 out of 10, and XXL gave him 4 stars out of 5. Now, seeing this, I am very surprised since, these publications don't usually give these good reviews to artists of Playboi Carti's standpoint, which is mumble rap trap music. So reading those, they can be summed up as mixed to positive, if you will. And I'll tell you right now that mixtape, if you look at it as a whole, as a mixtape and exclude all the singles and don't give him a pass for that, then yeah, it's a pretty bad project. But somehow it ended up on some 2017 year-end albums list by publications such as Fact and Pitchfork. And here they are. Fact magazine included him in the 50 best albums of 2017. This is 2017 albums in a whole, and they placed him right smack dab in the middle at 25. Gorilla vs. Bear, in their year-end list of best albums, put him way high up at number 7. Pitchfork put him at 35 for their best albums. This is 50. And Tiny Mixtapes put him at number 9. Rolling Stone put him at number 8 for their 40 best rap albums. And Cult MTL's Mr. Wavy put it at number 9 for their best music of 2017. Now, when I learned this to be a fact, I was very surprised because, most of the tracks is just Carti ad-libbing over some mediocre beat. And the only good songs here is Magnolia, of course, Woke Up Like This featuring Lil Uzi Vert, and New Choppa featuring A$AP Rocky. And those two last features there, the only reason why those songs work is because of the features. Everything else on the mixtape is just trash. They're not bad, they're trash. Bad is something that could subjectively be seen as good in someone else's ears, but trash is just trash. It's just trash. Anyway, moving on to his Die-Lit project. And believe it or not, this album, and the last was a mixtape, but this album is even worse because there are no good songs whatsoever. Like, you could search through, listen through this entire album. I practically listened to it twice to see if I was mistaken, because, you know, Carti brings out some bangers once in a while, and you know, I should like at least one or two of the songs, but I like none of them. And everyone seems to agree. Like I watch YouTube videos. Sean C, one of my favorite YouTubers, he also said it was trash. And numerous other people that I have interacted with has claimed this album to be trash. Now this time he has a lot more guest appearances on the album. Nicki Minaj, Young Thug, Skepta, Lil Uzi Vert, Bryson Tiller, Travis Scott, Chief Keef, and Pierre Bourne, among others. Now, if anything, I should say that the album cover looks good, showing Carti doing a backflip. And this time it only has one single, which is Love Hurts, featuring Travis Scott. Now this time, if you look at the critical reception, you'll see that it has somehow improved. Metacritic gave him a 77 out of 100. Exclaim gave him a 6 out of 10. High Snobiety gave him a 4 out of 5 stars. Hot New Hip Hop gave him a 79%. Pitchfork gave him a 8.5 out of 10. And Tiny Mixtapes gave him 4 out of 5 stars. And this time, instead of being mostly mixed, it got mostly positive reviews, with Evan Wright-Lewski of Pitchfork stating that Dial It is an album that works almost completely from its own lunatic script. It is a perversely infectious sugar-high rap that fundamentally recalibrates the brain's reward centers, praising the production and simplicity. You could praise the production all you want, but you know, your performance vocally on the track has to stand for something. I mean, you can't just give it for that. And infectious sugar high rap. Yeah, the entire album is ad-libs basically, except for the guest verses, you know, and even those aren't that good. They're not good. Hot New Hip Hop concluded that Dial It feels like the closest to a fully realized album as Carti is ever going to come close to achieving, and that it should at the very least be respected for doing so much while doing so very little. It did nothing. It's just terrible music, that's all. Here's someone who should agree with me. Exclaim A Harmony said the album, he criticized it for having a lack of variety, saying it's fun enough, but save for a few keepers, has the lifespan of a mayfly. Rock to it for the summer and forget most of it by September. It is terrible. I cannot rock with this at all. Let's see. This time it has 19 tracks. And the album even did way better in the charts, peaking at number 3 on the Billboard 200. Now, I don't understand how it goes from mixed to positive to just positive these days. I mean, it's a bad album. It really is a bad album. But I don't understand why people like it so much, even after reading those reviews. Now, to compare, let's visit an artist that I actually like better than Playboi Carti, and it's Nav. I mean, Nav, I never like a full project from Nav, but to me he has gotten increasingly better over years. And today I'll be talking about his Reckless album, from EXO. And let's see his critical reception. DJ Booth was unfavorable. Hot New Hip Hop gave him a 56%. Now, how do you give Playboi Carti a 79 but give Nav a 56? I mean, like, people always complain about how Nav is boring and all, but like most of the time I don't mind the tone of his voice. Just I think he should step it up in the like the overall quality of his songs department. He could name out songs from each of Nav's mixtapes that are good, but you could never call an entire Nav project as a whole good. And Pitchfork gave him a 5.3 out of 10, stating that Nav is whining, hiding behind braggadocio, and making it an album that brings the listener down to the same place as it should be hitmaker. Wow. Hot New Hip Hop says, without any sort of reconciliation with his demons, the album becomes a one-side therapy session, and we the listeners don't get compensated enough to want to hold his hand as he figures himself out. Yo Phillips of DJ Booth wrote that the production is solid, the features were solid, but Nav has no redeemable qualities. I cannot believe this. To tell you the truth, I could probably listen out this entire album. It just clocks in at 40 minutes. But yeah, it's not that bad, as they say. How could you give Playboi Carti's Dial It, something good over Nav? And he only has a few features here, which is Quavo on a song called Fate, and it's a bad song. Champion featuring Travis Scott, that's a bad song. Let's see, Wanted You featuring Lil Uzi Vert, that's a pretty good song. And Gunna on Eat, which is my favorite song of the entire thing. I really, really like that song. Just the way how Gunna and Nav complement each other on the track. It's one of those tracks where the artists themselves they have sort of different sounds, but they blend so together and they complement each other on the track. It's by literally complementing each other. Kind of like how T Grizzly and Lil Durk go together, because you're both from the streets and all. That really shows potential on Nav's Eat track with Gunna. And to tell the truth, that one song made me want so much for there to be a collaboration project between them, and I hope that happens in the future. Now that's it. You've seen how the critics praise Playboi Carti and put down our guy Nav. Even when Nav is trying, Playboi Carti wasn't even trying on the Dial It project or on his previous Playboi Carti mixtape. The only reason why there were a few good songs on his first commercial mixtape was because of the features. Those are the only reasons. And Nav actually tries. He kind of fails because the overall quality of the entire project could be called bad or at least questionable. But it's still a pretty average listen. Average is what I'd call Nav. He could do so much more, but he just stays down there for some reason. His production is always solid, but he just stays down there, and he is comfortable there, which means it works sometimes for us, but it always works out for him. But for some reason, it always seems to be working out for Playboi Carti. I do not know why people these critics are praising that Playboi Carti mixtape or the Dial It album, because they are both terrible projects. Yeah, I can say that, because who can really listen out that entire mixtape without getting tired, or his Playboi Carti album without getting tired? Even with the help of so many features on his debut album, it helps him no more. They are as soon as they enter with Playboi Carti, they're just in this different level of not giving it their all, as they usually would, Nicki Minaj, Travis Scott, and all. Lil Uzi Vert, who he has good chemistry with, on the previous mixtape on 2 tracks, but for some reason, it fell down here. And I just don't understand that. So why do critics love Playboi Carti? I don't know, maybe it's just one of those special ones who get love for no reason. For no good reason, at least. So thank you for watching this video, and please leave your comments below. Currently I'm sitting at 2 subscribers, one of which is me, the other is my brother, so you could practically say that I have 0 subscribers. So please subscribe, comment, share to all your friends and relatives and whoever. And I was just bored, so I did this. I don't have much energy right now. So I'll see you in the next video. This has been Shy Guy 02. Please support my channel. Thank you for everything. Goodbye.